If you had the opportunity to live in a children's wonderland, would you choose anywhere else? We don't just say, we do. It's the Stain City way.
Hello and welcome to Real Talk with me, Anele. My guest today is a renowned stage sensation, a film actress whose first leading role was in 1973, a film Joe Bullet, and today she is a legendary working TV actress. Born in Orlando, East Soweto, by the time she was a teenager, Sophia Town was an artistic hive where the echoes of jazz, the blues and soul music had taken a hold as an expression about the politics at the time. It was this musical influence that allowed her to emerge as one of the youngest of the legendary greats like Hugh, Masekela, Leta Mbulu, Caiphus Semeya, and the late Masekela, as well as Tandy Klassen. What an honor to be joined by the revered, ever regal, Mom Abigail Kubeka.
Thank you.
It is our pleasure.
Wow.
It is our pleasure. I'm so tickled.
I have to applaud you.
I have to applaud you.
Love. Thank you, love. Thank you so much for having me.
Do you sit back and accept, not realize, accept that you're a legend?
Not really.
So like not once a day, you're like, isn't he legend?
No, not at all, you know. I just feel, I have been overworked.
Oh, wow. 5 decades, though.
You know, no, this is too much. But I would never retire.
I heard you said that. You said when you retire, you're saying you don't love what you do. And
That's it.
I love what I do.
I love what I do.
Because, I mean, I look at, you know, my age group, and I'm not cutting myself out of what I'm about to say. Mm-hmm. There are days when I don't want to wake up in the morning to go to work. How do you carry on?
Honey, I'm enjoying it even more than I used to when I was much younger. It's amazing. I always look forward to waking up and going to work. Honey, it's just wonderful. I think it's God's gift and love and the inspiration and everything that He has given me. I really do. I look forward when I'm on call. Gee whiz, it's like somebody has said.
You're floating.
I float, honey. I float. I take my scripts. I read. I just celebrate.
Well, we can still see it. I mean, some people can put it on where you're like, okay, they're still going through the motions. We see that they're there. But with you, there's still that glint in your eye when you're acting and when you're on stage performing.
Because I love what I'm doing and I enjoy what I do all the time, be it singing, be it anything that, you know, I'm about. It's just heaven.
Well, if when I was 16 years old, Hugh, Masekela and Masekela were fighting over me to see who I would join,
Yes.
I think I would still love it. I want to know about that story because apparently Hugh Masekela wanted you to be in his band. And then Masekela kind of, chup.
Oh.
Tell us.
Sizenzi, I used to call her Sizenzi. Her African name was Zenzi Langit. So I used to call her Sizenzi. She was a wonderful person. She was so motherly and a disciplinarian.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes, she was. And I am who I am today because of her.
So she had work ethic?
Yes, you had to dress up. All the time, she would say, you have to dress up. When you leave your house or your home, you must be posh.
Yes.
And it was during the years, during the time of the stiletto heels.
Okay, yes.
And that's what we used to wear.
All the time?
All the time. And I had to choose her.
Why did you choose her over Hugh Masekela?
I think she was the sister I never had. So I felt more comfortable and more homely with her and with her parents too, because I knew her parents. Because with us, our generation during the 50s, we knew our families knew each other. And you know, we were just like, we were family.
So that was where the safety was as well.
Exactly.
Of the career
Of
that
the-
you're embarking on. The fact that umama galo, uyamazi umama galo.
Exactly, and I'm that child's mother, that child's daughter, that mother's daughter, and everybody's daughter.
Okay.
That's the way every elderly person was a parent to you.
Wow, I miss those days.
Oh yes, I did. I think so. I wish they could come back. I wish they could come back.
Were you always singing, even as a child? Just
As a child, at school, from school, I was singing from school, not church. It's at school, yeah.
And if there was like a talent show, they'd be like, Abigail, give Abigail the solo.
Oh yes, I was the leading lady.
At all times.
All the time.
And you'd never thought you'd do something else. To you, the stage was it.
That's it. I never, from school, straight into the music industry. To this, 56 years in the industry.
56
years.
Did you ever receive any training? Or, because I know you produce music as well.
Yeah, never. Self-taught. None of us had any training, from that era. Self-taught. We used to listen to records, LPs. We used to go to movies, enjoy the movie and learn. Listen to the record and learn. The Sarah Vaughns, the Ether Kids, the Diana Rosses. That is how we got our act together. We self-taught.
So how does, because I mean, you come up with melodies and you come up with the lyrics. How do they come to you? Do they come whilst you're sleeping, whilst you're cleaning, whilst you're praying, whilst...
That just comes automatically. It's just a gift. Because, music, you can go to school to go and learn the technical side of it all. But otherwise, it comes from the heart. It's a gift. It's a God-given gift.
Yeah.
He gives you that, and then you've got everything. You can compose, you can arrange, you can sing, you can do everything because it just comes in a big bowl like that. And God says,
here you go.
Here you go, my child.
So 53 years, obviously the technology, in general, I mean, you'll admit that a microwave back 53 years ago is not the same now.
Yes.
So just the technology around your career, have you had to keep up?
Yes, of course, yeah. There, the smartness comes in. Now you've got to be smart. And yes. And move up with the people. Work with different people.
Okay.
And that helps you a lot. It improves your gift.
Your entire gift.
Yeah.
So when it comes to technology, what did you see and think, if I don't learn this, I'm going to get left behind?
I miss that though. To be honest, I still miss not having gone to school.
Okay.
Yes,
I do. So you wish you had gone to school?
Yes, because I could have been able to play an instrument, one of the instruments, especially a piano or a guitar. Yeah, I miss that. But again, I'm not sorry that I cannot, because I can still tell my pianist that's a wrong chord because my ears have been trained.
Your ears the instrument.
Yes, my ears are my instrument.
Your ears the instrument.
Yes.
Because, so you never feel like you're lacking. You feel like it could have added to you, but it didn't take anything away.
No, it didn't take anything away. And then working with these youngsters again, if you have to, like I said, you have to be smart. You pick up a lot of things. You pick up.
Like what?
Like, the way they do. Children of today are so smart.
They are.
And they've got the blessing of having gone to school to go and learn all the tricks. So you sit there, you work with them, you say, is that how they do these things?
Feel like it double up. They know the shortcuts because of the education.
That's it. So when with your originality, and you grab that and mix it with your originality, God, sky's the limit.
Look, we're only getting started, and I can promise you things will only get better. More after the break with Mom Abigail Kubeka. And welcome back to Real Talk with Anele, where today I have the pleasure of spending quality time at that, with the much loved golden girl with the voice to match, Mama Abigail Kubeka. So I'm going to Just shout some names that you hear. Miriam Makeba, Leta Mbulu, Mary Rabutapi.
Yes.
Say it again. Rabutapi. Ooh, I even spelled it wrong here. Wait.
Yeah.
Abigail Kubeka, also known as the Skylarks.
The Skylarks. Mami Girl in Ketle. Yeah.
And
the Skylarks.
Imagine the fun you guys had on the road, though.
Oh, my word. Oh, it was amazing. We were young, excited.
Gorgeous.
Oh, well done.
Dressed well.
Absolutely. Dressed to bulala.
Talented.
Talent, oh my God.
You were shutting down
it was just, I miss those days. And sadly, all of them have passed on. I'm the only Skylark that is left. Yeah, I'm the only Skylark that's left. But it's okay, I'm representing them.
You are.
I know where they are. They're saying, Abby is there and we are still there because she is still there.
She is still there.
I'm still here.
And what were the dynamics like? I mean, when you guys get together, because obviously you get together, you've got your own dreams, you've got your own fears, you've got your own reservations. You know, what was that? What was your biggest dream for the Skylarks whilst you were inside the Skylarks?
It was just to be great.
Yeah.
To be wonderful singers one day, to be stars, to be on the international stage one day. And that did happen. But now it was with the musical, the first big, huge musical called King Kong. Yeah, we were on that show.
Yes.
And I mean, King Kong musical show had the cream of South Africa, of entertainers. And beauty queens, actors, singers, musicians, the best in the country there was during that time.
You were all there.
We were all there. And 60 of us went to London the first time, you know, I mean, you would never go overseas being a black.
I was about to ask that. What are you like? Because you don't you had to travel to Cape Town, you know. If you live in Soweto, to go to Cape Town is a massive thing.
Oh, it was.
And now you're going to London.
Going to London, darling.
In the 70s.
When?
In the 60s.
It was a miracle. I mean, our parents, our boyfriends, our husbands, our children were in tears at the airport because it was like we were going to die somewhere, you know. First time in that aeroplane to London, Nogal, you know, and to go and perform at the Princess Theatre, one of the best theatres in London then.
Is this when Mom Miriam fell sick and you had to take over?
No, it was before that. That was afterwards. When we went to London with the show, Miriam was no longer with us. She had gone to the States.
The UN
gave
a talk, couldn't
because
come
let
back.
me tell you.
Come through.
We did, it was during, somewhere in the 60s, early 60s. A film company from the States sneaked in to come and do a documentary about the apartheid era. And then we were featured there with Miriam, the Skylarks with Miriam. We sang in that movie. And they sneaked out back to America. And when they premiered the movie there, that's when they asked for Miriam, they called for Miriam to
go and give a talk.
Yeah, to go and give a talk.
Yes.
And we were left here with the King Kong show and putting together the second version of the King Kong show to go to London. And during that time, Peggy Pango was the leading lady because I took over from Miriam when she fell sick.
Yeah.
It was before the movie, the documentary, before everything, just during the first run of the show. Miriam fell sick and there was no understudy. Nobody had thought of an understudy on that wonderful, big, wonderful show. Miriam fell sick and the show was running at the University Great Hall.
But apparently you refused to take over.
I didn't. I was scared. I didn't refuse. They pushed me. They said they would smack me. But my case said, Dagbeta. So cares. When I said to him, but my case, I cannot do what, because Miriam to me was just this wonderful person who did everything that I couldn't do. I couldn't imagine myself wearing her shoes, you know, getting into her shoes. And when they said, I'm the one that's going to take over, I said, no, but my kid, no, I can't do that. I cannot do that.
How did they convince you though? Because you did do it finally.
I had to. They just said the show must go on. The show was running. People had bought tickets. For that week, they said, okay, people should just hang on to those tickets. And then after a week, I did the show that we rehearsed for about 4 to 5 months in 1 week.
You knew the music. I heard that because you were trying to be sneaky, you didn't want to do it. You were like, yeah, but Miriam's key is too high.
Yes,
and they were like, we'll take it down.
We'll bring the keys down. Oh my word. You know, my advantage was that, you know, Miriam had a scene on that show.
Yeah.
A Shabin scene called Back of the Moon. And I was one of the girls in that scene with her. And in some of the scenes that Miriam was in, I happened to be around her. So I think that is how her dialogue and her scenes got recorded. You know, when you're young.
But you're a sponge when you're young. You take everything in.
Absolutely, you know.
And you know her rhythm, you know her cues.
Just like that, you know. I wasn't aware. And when they said, okay, we're auditioning all of you ladies, come on, Abigail. I said, here, the keys we're bringing down, sing Back of the Moon. I just sang Back of the Moon, and I was saying, oh.
How do I know this?
How do I know the song? And then the next one to all her songs, and then they said, okay, let's come to the dialogue. The dialogue, I just went like this. I said, wow. I'm sure there was a Tokoloshe in me because I wasn't aware that I knew everything that Miriam did, and it wasn't like I was understudying it. And then they said, a week just to put things together, and then you're going to perform. I tell you, on opening night, I was shaking like a leaf. I'm young still, and I'm saying, oh my word, do
you feel like they're going to compare you to Miriam Makeba?
Exactly, but the cast was behind me. The cast was just saying, Abby, you are going to do it, you'll do it, come on, go on that stage. I tell you, when the curtain went up, it was like I'd been on that stage all my life.
Do you not think that actually then solidified you to yourself as a solo performer?
Yeah.
Yes, you've done ensembles.
Yeah.
I think that was your breakout.
Yes, that is why when King Kong went to London and I came back, I decided now I'm going to go solo.
Good,
you know,
good.
And I did the cabaret circuit, the Holiday Inn circuit, and I was just the corporates and all that, musicals, just everything.
But when was it when you guys you'd be performing and then the police would raid places and then you'd have to put a duke on and go wash dishes and act like, you know, you're part of the staff there because a black person can't be performing?
In the nightclubs. Because some nightclub owners would say, no, we want you to come and perform. Never mind what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then you also need the money. So you go to the club, you perform, and they say, oh, we'll have a security guy at the door, you know. And when the police come, the security guy, hey, police. Mahata. Hey, you run to the kitchen and you pretend you're washing dishes. You grab an apron from one of the waiters.
In your evening gown.
Where no eyelashes, evening gown, eyelashes and jewelry.
Wig.
Wig and all that. And the policeman will just pass with his baton and like saying, I'll get you. Look at you just like that. And then he'll go and wait. They're going to wait for you outside with a van. When you come out of the club, no, the van is already open for you. You don't have to open the door.
They just say
it's open. You just walk in and sit in the van and you're going to sleep in prison. It's fine.
And you say to yourself, yeah, but I was so good tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was good. Listen, more with Mom Abigail Kubeka to follow. Let me remind you that every week we give you a chance to get yourself an at-home 5,000 Rands e-gift card. Follow the details on the screen right now for your chance to win. We'll be right back. More stories. Come on. And welcome back. Thank you for staying with Real Talk right here on SABC3. The stage is yours. Mom Abigail Kubeka has been taking all of us down a trip down memory lane as she kind of allows us into the special moments that have contributed to the rich, colorful life that she's living. 53 years in the industry. And this is what you have to say. Have you ever heard of a thing called Twitter?
What's that?
Twitter.
Twitter.
It's this place.
Is that what Donald Trump does?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
that's the one. So it's got its bad sides, but the good sides are coming through. Everyone is tweeting you.
Okay.
At Mandisa CR77 says, Mama should tell us where she found her fountain of youth. Shem, she's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, darling. Oh, lovely.
How does this keep?
Just love yourself. Look after yourself. Just love yourself.
Just love yourself.
Absolutely. And celebrate your life.
Ne?
That's what I do every time, all the time.
You celebrate?
I celebrate my life, my womanhood. Everything that God has given me. That's all.
Someone else wants to know the ring, the parrot. Is it a parrot?
It's a parrot. Yeah.
They're like, where is the ring from? Because that is,
It's from
I think that camera's trying to catch it.
Okay, this is from London.
Okay, all right, there we go.
Thank you.
Mama Abigail is such a seasoned performer of note. To be still very active in this day, that is a feat to behold. Claps hands for her. Even at her age, she doesn't want to leave the house unless she looks flaming like she does now. That's from Fiso123. And then Karabo Lidwaba says, Mama Abigail Kubeka looks absolutely amazing, actually. Thank you for having her on.
These are the people, or these are the things that keep me alive.
Yeah.
That make me who I am. You know, when you're appreciated and loved, it makes you feel so good. You know.
What is the most important stage you think you've been on?
Stage.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, with me, everything and everywhere I am calls for a celebration, and I just appreciate and I always do my best or be at my best, because I always say it's an honor, it's a privilege, you know, that I am able to do whatever or to be wherever I am at that particular time. So I really wouldn't
Single one out.
No, I wouldn't single one out.
What about Miss World in 1992?
Well, that was a wow. It was the first of its kind.
In our country.
In our country.
And I was young, but I do remember that they had the Bold and the Beautiful cast here. Ron Moss was here. It was big, man.
It was huge. I mean, it's, you know, those things that happen, you go, wow. And it was the first time in our beautiful South Africa. And we felt also very important and very professional and very, you know, knowledgeable. You know, when these things and these people come and congratulate you and everybody is excited to be in your country, you go, oh, well. So
thank you for coming.
Absolutely, this is us.
Let me
this is who
show
we
you
are.
around.
Absolutely, this is who we are. You know, and Sun City was Sun City there.
Yeah,
I think it still is, but during those years, it was, you know, it's the best place to be.
Yeah. Look, it still is. It's just that we now have options.
Yes,
that's the only difference. Not that it's dropped its standard.
No, it hasn't.
It's just that there's options now. But back then, to go to Sun City,
wow,
was like, dear
and
Sun
perform
City.
at the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
When,
live from the Super Bowl.
You're Miss World.
Miss World. I hear what you're saying.
Yes.
So, what about performing for the President Nelson Mandela?
Oh. Our icon. I nearly said my icon, so I don't want to be selfish.
Yeah, share him.
Yeah, I'm willing to share him with you guys. You know, I come a long way with Tatu Mandela. You know, I was young in Orlando West, and you look up to this Tata, and you just kneel and you just say, wow. And you know what used to happen?
Tell me.
During Sophia Town, the Sophia Town era, all those politicians, our greatest Tata Mandela, all in other,
Oliver Tambo,
not Tatu Oliver, this guy from Alexander who passed on, I've forgotten him, and
Joe Slovo.
You know, they were all underground, isn't it? They were all underground. You know, Sophia Town, the Boers had to get rid of it because it was
a hub.
It was a place in another world, not in this world. It was, we had the curfew law, 9 o'clock, blacks out of town. And they thought that was going to depress or kill us. In fact, it brought us together.
Because you now know where you all gonna meet.
Absolutely.
After you've been kicked out of there at 9 p.m.
Oh, yes, yes. 9 p.m. we ran out of town. We literally ran out.
Like, bye.
Yeah, bye, bye. And go to Sophia town or go to our townships and bond. That was, Ubuntu, that was when Ubuntu was Ubuntu. Not now, And we used to go to, there was this shebeen in Sophia town called Back of the Moon. And there was this other one called 39 Steps. It was 39 Steps.
Was that the real name? Did you guys count it after you had?
No, it was you used to travel 39 steps to get to the house, to the room, to the house. Yeah, 39 steps. It was a social house. Shebeens were social houses.
Yeah.
Not brothels.
No, they had like a certain class to them.
Absolutely.
And,
There you would find the gangsters. There were gangsters in Sofatan called the Americans. Why? Because, during the 50s and 60s, we hero worshipped the Americans. We thought Americans were better than us. We looked up to them. We thought they were more privileged and they were advanced. And yet it's the other way around.
It's the other way around.
Yes, okay, now we know. Then we didn't. So we looked up to these Americans. We copied their lifestyle. That is why we are singing jazz.
But you were mixing it up with,
of course,
with
even
your
with
flavor.
our flavor, our mbakanga, although we used to jazz it up because we had this jazz thing in us, running in our blood. So we had these gangsters calling themselves the Americans. And hey, baby, man, smart, drink.
3-piece suit.
Yes, Floshem shoes.
Floshem shoes.
Size 11 or
Two-tone.
15, yeah. And they used to wear the trench coats because it was during the time the Richard Widmark movie and they were wearing trench coats. So you'll find these guys wearing trench coats and sometimes just wear their jerseys. They would never wear their jerseys, just put them on the arm and just move around like that. Or just eat an apple because Richard Widmark would move around eating an apple. But it was lovely. And then you'd find the Americans, gangsters. You'll find the politicians. You'll find our best journalists. All those, Henry Ngumalo,
Alf Kumalo, yeah.
All those guys. And then you'd find us, the musicians, the Moi Osis, all dressed up.
I'm almost jealous. I'm really almost jealous. I can put myself in there.
The politicians were there to give the stories to the journalists.
Okay.
And the gangsters would come and say, fill up the table, buy liquor because
of course,
they had the money. And they would say, we don't steal, we just repossess.
We're Robin Hoods.
Yeah, we just
take from the rich to give to the poor.
For what belongs to us,
And the musicians, why were they there?
God,
to be fabulous.
We would stand up and mince and just sing,
I have to take a break. Are you going to go anyway after these stories are coming out? I mean, why? The conversation is getting hot, Exe. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Real Talk. Mom Abigail Kubeka has spent over 5 decades of her career performing for millions of people the world over. She has lent her talent to several local television shows and has featured in a long list of memorable feature films. Still on the people that you've performed for, you performed for the Queen.
Yes.
I want to know.
Yeah, it was here in Durban, eh?
Who called you and said, hey, we want you to perform for the Queen?
My agent, I said, what do you mean Queen? Which Queen? Queen, I mean, Queen, no, the real Queen, Queen Elizabeth. Wow. And it was in Durban.
Do you charge when you have to perform for the Queen or is it a favor?
Of course I do, it's my life.
Good girl.
Of course I did charge.
Because I always just think with those things that you get so excited. You get so excited, like
Sometimes you have to control your excitement. Because the stomach
needs to eat.
needs to
The
eat-
stomach
needs
does not eat
It
excitement.
doesn't get excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you send your invoice, you're like,
Yebo,
I
yebo.
Patali Queen, she's got our
Queenie,
diamonds anyway.
yebo.
Funi mali yetu.
Nje.
And
Yeah.
how much do you stress about what you're gonna wear?
Hey, Wena.
Girl.
I take the whole week going through my cupboards and fitting things, because I've got things,
That you've
all the
collected
years,
over
yes,
53 years.
53 years,
Yeah.
I mean, really. And when you compare it to the stuff that they have today,
Yeah.
you go, no, my stuff is still the best.
So then all through this, these highs, these explosions of, of love that you've experienced in your career, you're a mother. How are you, and I hate this question. I hate asking women this. How do you balance motherhood with working? Because to us it's second nature, but how do you fit it in? Being abroad, traveling, singing for the Queen, and still being a mother?
When my kids were young, I used to take them along with, before they were of school-going age.
Yeah.
I used to take them with, especially when I was doing cabaret doing the Holiday Inn circuit.
Okay.
Botswana, Lesotho, Swaziland. I remember when I was doing an 8-month contract in Lesotho, I had to put my son
In a creche there?
in a creche there.
Okay.
And when I finished, and I was pregnant with my second baby, yeah. And when I finished, I came back home to give birth. I left him there with friends, and then he just continued schooling in Lesotho. So you just have, you find a way, because if there's one thing I was saying to myself, I'm not going to burden my parents with my children, and I don't want to blame anybody tomorrow and say, but why is my child like this? Because it's not my fault. I didn't bring him or her up.
Okay.
I always wanted to be there for my children and see them through their,
So they watched you work. Are they also like you in terms of work ethic? They,
And surprisingly, they don't want to hear a thing about music. My son did try going to drama school.
Okay.
Yeah, but and then he said, no, I don't have the patience. He left off, and then he's working now,
Oh, good.
for Vodacom, and
Oh,
yeah.
that's lovely that they know
Yes,
themselves
yeah.
outside of you.
That's it. Yes. I was happy though,
You're like,
Yeah, I was happy that they were
We're
not
gonna-
in the industry with me.
we're gonna take this act on the road.
Absolutely, because you have to be very strong.
yeah.
This is what I always tell these young kids, these up and coming, very good, talented, beautiful kids. I say to them, my baby, this is harder than you think it is. It's not glamorous, it's painful, it's hard,
Yeah.
it's difficult. You have to be strong.
Yeah. You have to have a thick skin.
You have to have a thick skin.
So, I read somewhere you said your husband divorced you.
Yeah.
You like-
He divorced me because he said I wasn't good enough. Suppose.
Wait, not good enough or never there or he's
Well,
threatened?
he was never there for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he didn't like my career. Maybe he was ashamed. Maybe it gave him time to do other things whilst I
Extramural
was
activities.
Yes, but that was up to him. I didn't bother because the love that my fans gave me, and what I was doing was so fulfilling that I said, well, God doesn't give you everything. He has given me this. Maybe he hasn't given me enough of this. So let me do with this. With this. And that is how I survived.
Maybe that's why he left you, because I generally feel like men can't exist in a place where you are not obsessed over them. Like, where everything
yes.
revolves around them. So they
Because
know
they
that.
are very insecure. Excuse me.
Yeah, look, we have to keep it real. This is real talk.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, men are very insecure.
Yeah.
They always want you to be...
A step below them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. They feel threatened. And it's so sad because being a woman, a successful woman, whatever you do, you always tell yourself that I'm doing this for my family, if you've got a family,
Yes.
for my husband, for my children.
Yeah.
That umbrella that you always carry, it is for your family, everybody that is close to your heart.
It's
But
seldom a selfish decision, like a self-serving one.
absolutely,
Yeah.
you know, but unfortunately, they don't see it that way. That is why you always see a lot of marriages, of showbiz people's marriages.
Crumble.
They crumble.
They crumble.
It's because of that, you know. It's unfortunate.
So you don't have a companion now.
No, I don't.
Have you ever heard of Tinder?
You know what? I always say, I'd rather be alone than be unhappy.
I'll say Karen White.
Absolutely.
But Mama, have you heard of Tinder? It's like
No.
it's like this app where you take a photo of yourself
Okay.
and you put yourself on.
Okay.
And then you tell people what you like, and then men and women go on, and then you swipe there to see if you like someone. And if you like someone, I think you swipe right, and then you guys go on a dinner date. Can I put you on Tinder?
No, please, no. You see, you know, to be honest, I don't think I like anybody now, but I know people like me. But please, thank you.
Come, if I put you on, these
No,
are the
baby,
things.
no,
These are the things I want to put on. You're a neat freak, apparently.
Stress. That is stress you're putting me in.
Apparently, you're a neat freak. You like to keep your house clean.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put that on Tinder.
Yeah.
You still go to the gym one
Yes.
hour a day?
In my house. I gym in my house.
Okay, fitness
Yeah.
freak. Can you cook?
Oh, I'm a best cook.
What's your-
I
what-
cook I'm a very, very good cook.
What do you
I'm
make?
very particular.
What's your favorite dish to make
Uh,
when you're impressing someone?
God, when last did I impress anybody? I can't even remember. I always impress myself.
When you're impressing yourself, what do you cook?
Yes, that's better.
Uh-huh.
And then impressing myself, it's got to be vegetables, meat, of course.
Okay.
I'm Swazi. You know, Swazis, we love our meat, eh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Retirement plans? You said you're never gonna retire.
No,
Okay.
no.
And you live in Orlando West still, eh?
Orlando West, yeah.
Okay, so neat freak, fitness freak. She can cook. Retirement plans, no. And your favorite TV programs?
Generations.
Yes. Generations.
Generations.
The legacy.
The
all right.
legacy, yes.
So I'm gonna put you on Tinder. We'll see you.
Please, don't stress me. In fact, I'm already stressed.
Okay, we're almost out of time. When we come back, we're going to talk about Generations, the legacy, because she's currently on there. But I mean, please keep the conversation going on Twitter. I wish we had an extra hour. You guys always say this. We need another hour. This is too short. I know. This is what's happening here with the original diva of Kofifi. We'll be right back. Going back in time with Mom Abigail Kubeka. Before the break, I was trying to put her on Tinder so she can start dating. And she during the ad break, she's like, hey, don't tell me about I'm a Tinder, a Tinder.
No. Hey. Ngiyayifuna tender ye business.
Ye business.
Yeah, Tinder.
Tinder. No, thank you. You won a SAFTA Lifetime Award, ne?
Yeah, bro.
And you said this was a validation of, your first love, which is acting. So I was shocked. I was like, I thought music was your first love. Between the two, because I think both of them learned a lot from each other. Let's be fair.
Boy, and they complement each other.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. You know, when I act, my singing comes through in my acting, and when I sing, my acting comes through. It helps me with the presentation. You know, when you have to present a song, that's acting. You know, if you're an actress, it just comes naturally. Yeah.
Generations, how did that happen?
Hey, Kalena, how did that happen? Oh, Shem, they were so lovely, so nice to ask for me, you know. Yeah, from my agent. Okay. And they asked if I was interested, if I could. I said, well, I wasn't the first, generations when David who? Mr. Moroka?
Paul Moroka. The old Moroka.
Yeah,
with
the
the beard.
Moroka. Yeah.
Yes, I remember him. It's
David,
like he had a
what's his surname?
I forget it, but it was bold.
Yebo,
yes,
Yebo.
Archie and Karabo and Busang's dad.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I was there.
Oh, that was long ago.
Long ago,
Yeah.
yes.
That was
yes.
early days generation.
Absolutely. When Tao died and then he resurrected again.
Yes, yeah.
I was with, and I was Tao's mom.
Okay.
Yes, I was Tao's mom.
All right.
And then they called me back for the legacy now.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, wonderful, thank you.
So you didn't have to audition. They were just we want you.
Yes,
You've been here before, we want you again.
Yeah.
And you've also spoken out, and I love that and you're quite vocal about the fact that as older women in the industry, you guys just struggle to be given roles.
Oh, yeah.
And what was profound, you said, when we were youngsters, it was the Afrikaans regime that was keeping us out of work, and now it's our own people.
Yeah.
Can you unpack your feelings on that?
Oh. Yeah, that makes me very emotional. I don't know. It's like people say, it's jealousy, number one.
Mona.
Yeah, kakulu. And if I don't, she must, if I give her a break, or then she's going to be like me.
Yeah.
She's old. All right.
They're not saying she's not talented.
No.
They're saying she's old.
Yeah, she's old. And yet, they don't talk about experience. Because I don't care. You can be how talented. But as to me, experience comes first. That comes first. Okay, I know some of my colleagues are no longer active. Okay, I'm just talking, no, not those that have passed on, the ones that are still alive.
Yeah.
It's ill health, and it's not easy to be still where I am. I sometimes nami as mangalela ukuthi,
how do you still do it?
How do I still do it? But again, it's talent. It's the talent that God has given me. And it's not from now. Discipline again counts.
I'll take discipline over talent any day, actually.
Absolutely. Discipline. When I look back, Yamazu Brooke Benton not looking back.
Oh, my mom used to love Brooke Benton.
Over my life. I always say to myself, hi man, I was very disciplined when I was young.
And it's paying off.
And it's paying off. And that has helped me. It has put me where I am today.
I read this, you said this as well. I must say it is a wonderful thing to be young, and I hope the younger generations are experiencing that.
They don't take it as a game or as fun. It is wonderful to be young and gifted and being black. And children of today, I sometimes look at them and I don't think they're aware of that. They take it for granted. And that is so special. The energy, the privileges, the chances,
the possibilities.
The possibilities. The sky is the limit. Especially today, when I look at life today and the children of today, I always say, I wish I could be just 15 years younger, but with the experience that I have.
Oh, yes.
Just cut off the age a little bit.
Yeah.
But please leave my experience to me.
Sadly, they go hand in hand.
Unfortunately. But children, kids of today, please, my babies, you are so blessed. All the doors are open. It's just for you to walk in there. Not even kick. We used to kick doors.
Yeah.
We used to kick.
You guys were political about your talent.
Absolutely.
Because you were kicking down doors. For us, it's here.
When
Ilapa
sisi man, ilapa. We used to kick these doors. And sometimes they would open, sometimes they wouldn't open. But we kicked them. And again, from that, we got the strength
To still be here now.
To still be here today. It made us, the Boers made us stronger. We came out very strong because we were always fighting. You have to fight for survival. That's what Utata said. The mistake the Boers made was to lock me up because that gave me a chance to think. And Shelley Paugla said, thinking all the time. Thinking, Uguti, I have to come out of here and I have to do A, B, C, D. And the YNs. So Amapunu made us strong because you knew you had to fight. Before 80 passed, yes, me pass, me bus. Because he knew what he wanted. They would arrest us coming from Benoni, from a show in Benoni, to having done a show in Benoni. And we had to drive through town because nama highways, nama lowways, nama sideways.
Nama lowways.
You know, we had to drive to town. And they would stop us and say, out of town, kafir. But me bus, we come from Benoni. And we're driving through to Soweto. And then you know what we used to say to them? Okay, me bus, ons kan fojele sing me bus. I said, believe me bus. Okay, sing jele. And we would come out of the combi and start singing. And we would sing their songs. The African song. Da kom die Alibaba. Asi, hoe kom mes jo sterk so kort. And they would enjoy that. And we were mocking at them. They were not aware that we were mocking at them.
Mama, you have been wonderful.
Thank you.
Give me your hands like this. You have been wonderful. Has she not been wonderful? What a pleasure to have Mom Abigail Kubeka right here. Oh man, is tomorrow going to be this good? Of course it is. Let's do it again tomorrow, 5 p.m. SABC 3. Bye-bye. Huh?
That's cheeky.